Something is happening to your brain, and most people don't notice it. They think they have a focus problem or a motivation problem, but the issue runs much deeper. Things that once felt engaging now feel difficult. Books feel slower than before. Projects feel harder to stay with. Learning feels more demanding. Even conversations feel less satisfying. You haven't necessarily become less capable. You haven't become less intelligent. You haven't lost your potential. Your brain has simply adapted to a very different environment. Modern life delivers constant novelty, new videos every minute, new posts every second, new opinions every hour, new stimulation all day long. Your brain is exposed to more information, more entertainment and distraction, more stimulation and excitement than previous generations experienced regularly, and adaptation follows exposure. The brain is always learning, not through intention alone, but through repetition and environment. What you repeatedly consume matters because it trains expectations. Here's the novelty conditioning. Most people think dopamine is pleasure, but that's not entirely true. Dopamine often responds to anticipation, the possibility of reward, not just the reward itself. Every notification creates uncertainty. Someone may have messaged you. Something new may have happened. Some reward may be waiting. Your brain becomes interested immediately. The anticipation feels exciting. The possibility feels rewarding. The next thing feels important, and your attention gets pulled toward what might happen next. This process repeats constantly. Scroll, refresh, check, switch, repeat again. Over time, your brain learns something. Novelty becomes valuable. New becomes attractive. Stimulation becomes expected, and ordinary experiences lose ground. This is not weakness, it is conditioning. The brain adapts to environments, and environments shape behavior, whether you realize it or not. Now the hidden consequences. The first consequence is impatience. You become less comfortable waiting, less comfortable progressing slowly, less comfortable staying present without immediate stimulation. A meaningful project unfolds gradually. A skill develops gradually. A business grows gradually. A relationship deepens gradually. Most valuable things take time. But novelty conditioning changes expectations. Your brain wants movement constantly. It wants fresh input constantly. It wants something different constantly, even when staying is wiser. You start leaving things early, not because they failed, not because they are wrong, but because they stopped feeling exciting, and excitement became your signal. The second consequence is shallow engagement. You touch many things, but master very few. You start repeatedly, but rarely go deep. Depth begins where novelty ends, yet many people leave exactly when depth begins, exactly when growth starts, exactly when rewards compound. The problem isn't one platform, or one device, or one specific habit. The problem is accumulated exposure across your entire environment. Your attention gets trained daily by short clips, by endless feeds, by rapid switching, by constant stimulation. The brain doesn't judge, it adapts. Whatever environment dominates eventually becomes familiar, and familiarity shapes preference. That's why ordinary activities struggle. Reading requires patience. Thinking requires patience. Creating requires patience. Learning requires patience. Compared to constant novelty, these activities feel slower, not because they became worse, but because your expectations changed, and expectations influence experience. The solution is not isolation. The solution is not deleting everything. The solution is not perfection.
The goal is retraining what your brain expects. Start spending more time with activities that unfold slowly, reading without switching, working without checking, thinking without interruption. Allow boredom occasionally, not as punishment, not as deprivation, but as a form of training for sustained attention. When you feel the urge to check something immediately, to switch instantly, or to escape discomfort, pause before reacting. That small pause matters because conditioning created the impulse, but awareness interrupts conditioning, and interruption creates freedom, one moment at a time. Ask yourself honestly, do you actually lack focus, or have you trained your brain to expect constant stimulation every moment of the day? Because if novelty becomes your baseline, depth will feel boring, patience will feel difficult, and meaningful progress will feel slow, even when you're moving forward. Watch next, you never stay with one thing long enough, because novelty conditioning creates another problem. You keep switching before the rewards arrive, and nothing compounds long enough to change your life.